Oh, wow. We're there finally? Wow. Holy shit. 24 hours later, man. Here I still am. Guess what we talked about all night? I bet you people at home now. Yep. BBCs all night. Dykes. LGBT. Cross-dressing. Repeating all the code words that she's heard from videos on YouTube and from the past 10 years. Wow. We talked about, they even brought up dead people that died, and somebody brought up KC. He died in, I think it was 99. I just got done telling the story. I failed to mention that he died in it. But yeah, he's long dead. And they completely repeat again as normal. I do it on purpose now. I take my phone down there, and she's aware, my mother's aware of it, and so am I. We sit there and we give each other looks to see how much of the shit gets repeated back. As normal, all of it gets repeated back, even though it was all in code. And so I had to sit through and give confirmations and then pretend like I didn't know. And we had to do it's Shannon Hayden, it's her, she's doing it. She said, little do you know, and other stories from me and my fiance of 13 years. We had to talk about her. They had a field day disrespecting her for some reason on a porn site all night. And then we had to talk about the jokes. And it's funny because Summer only seen me and Shannon together once, and she used everything from that night. Well, she's been using it for a decade. Everything from that night, I haven't seen Shannon either in a decade. And everything I had told her, which wasn't much because I know better. Those are my near and dear friends. But so I've been listening to that forever. I thought it was the first time I heard that song, Small Dig Man. I thought it was hilarious. And we were joking about it. And then we went on to Denny's to eat. She never mentions that, though, and how she fucking bought me breakfast and then drove me fucking home. Because I was going to hitchhike or take a bus. But she's obsessed because the word little's in it. I'm supposed to believe Shannon, my near and dear friend who took care of me and looked out for me and fed me, clothed me, treated me like a fucking brother. What's this now? Yeah, whatever, dude. Get some furniture first, asshole. Get your own shit first. And I'm supposed to believe that she's running around, who I never screwed, and I should have, and I always regretted it. But no, I never screwed Shannon. And Shannon's used to small dick men. She's used to all kinds of dicks, and she's a good lover like that. She enjoys the company, just like Renee. They weren't the type of girls like that. They didn't discuss every girl likes a big dick or whatever, but it's all how you use it, etc., etc. And they like a pretty face more, believe it or not. But we have to, of all the nights and endless nights I spent with Renee and Shannon living on State Street, you're not going to get any new info that you could fucking use. Even with Sue there, and Summer was there once or twice, but none of those stories ever get, because she wasn't there. She didn't know what we did or how we lived. She thinks every girl's like her. No, these were girls. I always said they were sent from heaven or something, because they used to wear a lot of angel red. It was a popular color lipstick at the time, and they both wore it. And they were just like, and they wore a lot, and Shannon was always in red. It was her favorite color. They were angels to me. I would have died. I don't think Shannon's not that kind of girl. Neither was Renee. They loved me, and I loved them like sisters, even if I wasn't screwing them. And we had a nice little family unit there for a little while. And they even went as far as the drag the brother into it. Jay, who was a nice kid, and I remember him, and we were good friends. And they drag his little girlfriend in because they've heard things that I've said, and they want to tie it together. They even repeat things I've said with my little nephew, like, which is a joke of ours. And they don't know that, but hey, sucker, take a number. And it could be, but he said 69, and only me and him fucking knew what he was talking about. It's kind of obvious, but it wasn't. And so that's their thing now. They want to, all night they're sleeping with him and they're doing this. It's like, no, you're not. He doesn't date garbage. I'm sure of it. He's related to me. I don't think his mom would let him. And yeah, I think that, yeah. My sister said she would fucking handle you herself if she ever sees you. My mother said she's gonna nail you to a cross. Shit like that. So, you can just talk all you want, but I don't think you're gonna be fucking with my little nephew. Plus, he's got a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they're both fucking models. He's related to me. He's a fucking good-looking kid, man. I think he doesn't date garbage. And if he does drugs, he'll do them with me. He does good drugs. He's got a good job. He doesn't date trash. It's a rule. Me too. Got fooled into it once. But no, and then we have to go through all the other people, and it's like, listen, bitch, we already did this list 1,000 times. Then it's Joe, because they want to know who Joe is. Because I was asking who's Joe, and it was the dancer I was asking about, but they figured it was someone in my life, and I said, bitch, I'm Italian. I know. How many fucking Joes you think I know in this fucking life? How many Joes you know as a non-Italian? So I say, blame Joe, blame his girlfriend, who I've never even met yet, but they seem to know, and just repeating back bullshit that was deliberate lies that we said in the card, like we do all the time, or variations of the truth, and they buy it hook, line, and sinker because they don't get much info off me anymore. They don't get nada. I can't even speak to anybody really. But, they want to test it for you can even have a broken up sentence and just mutter shit, and they'll pick out a word and try to, and it's like, you're talking about, you screwed Casey? I didn't even know you then. He died in 1999. I mean, you got to pay attention to what you're talking about. You're so desperate. You want to believe everything I tell you, even when you misunderstand it, because you're just so desperate to fuck with me. And it's like, everybody knows it's mine. You tried to blame everything on fucking, with your BBC Dyke shit. You tried to blame it all this morning like you always do on Amy Starr. You tried to blame it on Mrs. Peptis. And it's like, yeah, but we know that about them and we don't give a fuck, and that's not their whole thing. But it's apparently yours. She's just mad because she was sitting here the other day while I was talking to Maya. They were listening through the phone, and I had finally said to my mother, I said, no. And I admit it. But Amy did tell me, and I don't give a fuck. She needs to be rewarded. Because I knew Amy. I knew it, and I've said it 1,000 fucking times. She wouldn't lie. I never known her to be a liar, but it's common knowledge. Everybody knows you date cops. Everybody knows your mother does. And you and your cop boyfriend really got to get a fucking clue. Nobody wants you, bitch. Nobody. Nobody wants to run around with police. I don't want to lose my reputation. I live in the background. You had to destroy everything, so what? I mean, it's like, no, wait a minute. What are you trying to cover up? What's the fucking big picture here? I mean, I don't have any money you could have gotten. I don't know how I could. Is this just for fascination? I mean, you guys really got to find shit to do. Aren't you bored to death? I'm not here to serve as a marital aid for you and your cop boyfriend, using me all the time to get people jealous, and I got to do the Summer stories, and Summer's my wife, and then you're moving in, and all these same old fucking stories. You're outside, and it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. When are you gonna realize? I don't care. Like I said to Summer, it's not your story, Maya. Like I said to your mother, I said I wouldn't be surprised if you were on the roof or in the next room, and all of a sudden they got to start using it. It's like, no, bitch, did you hear what I said? It doesn't matter if it's you, Maya. Who the fuck cares about you? Well, that's good for you. Why don't you drop a line in the real way? It's kind of odd you send my mother all this bullshit like she doesn't know what's going on. She can see all this. She's got all the same remote shit you do. You probably see her servers there. My whole family does. So this is how I live now. And yeah, it's comical to me because you don't see it, and you don't. If your supposed police force is so great at hacking, which it isn't, please don't give a fuck. I'm sure your boyfriend's a jealous little fag, but that's not the whole embodiment of the police force. And you're constantly trying to. What's this mean? Fuck the police. I'm like, what do I look like? Fucking Ice Cube or Eazy-E? It means what it says. Yeah. I'm not going to explain. It's not for me to explain. I didn't write it. It's a great song and shit, but I mean, don't you think you're asking the wrong guy and you're constantly begging me for BBC cock? It's like, and if you put in, and you go, okay, we'll look at black shit, but I want to see black girls. So I started looking around. There's not one black girl on the shit. It's just all as normal, and it's like, okay, well, whatever. And so you start looking into the shit. That was like 15 hours ago, hoping to see the bigger picture and maybe that there's some kind of message in it, but no, it's just a bitch going, you're useless dick, you need a foot job, the Summer Rae is dirty, she's a dirty Summer. And it's like, I don't fucking care, don't you know? I mean, I invented all these stories, so many stories we've had just to appease you and kiss your ass and hope you'll back the fuck up. But I got your whole family I have to contend with now, and loser musicians and people I don't give a fuck about. You gotta understand, people. Like I said, I have people that I loved in this world that I should be talking to, not you. How the fuck I know you, Maya? I met you once or twice or for a month you lived with us 11 years ago. don't fucking know you like that. You concoct a big fucking story and tattletale to my... You called me or you called Amy a tattletale? When you're the one who typed up this big fake story to my mother, trying to tell her I said I was going to rape your sister and shit. I never said that. And if I did, why don't you take it to a lawyer or somebody, or take it to the FBI? Because no one cares about you and you're a renowned piece of shit, just like your family. And I don't respect that. It's garbage to me. You condescend me like I owe you something? I don't owe you nothing. It's blue. It's red. It's blue. Look, man, I gave up on that shit so long ago. It all means nothing. It all means nothing. Showing me pictures of Igor's ex-girlfriend from 11 years ago. I mean, you gotta update your catalog, bitches. I can't sit around and talk about all the shit I've told you and you retelling stories to me 1,000 times. I mean, that's the problem when you got a pathological liar repeating stories. It's like, when did Shannon... I don't understand it. Literally, I forgot what it was about, but it was about something else. And I think it had something to... I think Nick was there, or somebody was there. But... everything I tell you, you turn it into some kind of dick story or something. It's like, it wasn't like that. I mean... best of friends. Me, Nick, it was my band. Me, Nick, Shannon, Nay. Summer was there for one day, and then I introduced her to Jamie, and then she took off, and then Sue came back. And it's like, I'm so sick of hearing this my shit. Your wife, I'm your wife. Summer's your wife. It's like, bitch, stop it. I don't care who you think you are, even if you've done that technically. It's driving me fucking nuts. I would never be caught dead with you. Not if you act this way. You have the audacity, you have the guts to write my mother a fucking big giant letter about what I'm doing like she doesn't know. But you didn't return my text when I texted you back right away. And when my mother said, oh, Aaron's, Thanatos is right here, you could speak to him. You didn't send it. You said some shit about SeaWorld, some sarcastic Cody Code autistic haze shit. And I'm like, fuck you, bitch. And everybody knows it's you. Everybody calls you the bitches behind your back, and it's like, nobody cares what you think you are. You run around and are involved in human trafficking. That's Russian mob shit. I don't do that. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not a lover, dude. You may be a lover, but you ain't no dancer, and neither am I. I'm not here to love. I'm not here to be told what to do by a bunch of, excuse me, but that's what it is, extremely bulldykey, abusive bullshit. Love my pig tits mother that's doing this to you, or else, or what? You're gonna type a letter to my mother? Everybody knows what you're doing, and nobody gives a fuck. They're hoping I'll find me some friends, my family, but I have bigger plans, and I'm gonna entertain them. You're not gonna run me over with the car. You're not gonna do that. Yes, I fucking will. If I caught you on a day like today, I mean. You're the king, you're telling me? I'm not the king? It's like, I don't care what you think I am. Stop taking my titles and nicknames and jokes and, things like that and using them for yourself. I'm not Rudy 2 times anymore. That was 1998. Were you even born? I'm not that guy. That was a one-off name for a one-off thing I did. I've had a million names. It's just like we've gotten to the point where you need to fucking know me now. And if these videos hasn't given you an indication who I am, it's just like, I feel like I'm at a fucking loss. I wonder if anybody at all worthwhile is hearing this shit, because it's just like, have you heard me mention these things? You just keep on loop. It's like hearing, I told you these stories, and then I have to hear them through your kids or whoever else coming back to me in a fourth-rate fashion, and it's like, yeah, but I don't even... And then you hear them so much, you forget what the story was about your own shit, and you're like, I don't know, all I remember is Summer now, but she wasn't there, and her kids weren't there, and it has something to do with little mini, short, little mini. No, that's what I say about you. And even if that was true, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about my dick? Obviously you do, in so many different ways. Do you really think I'm going to enjoy watching this person that's supposed to be you, because you're all playing this, I'm this celebrity, I'm that celebrity, I'm this... No, you're all assholes. I'm me. I'm the only one here that's me. The rest of you are scared children. And I'll tell you every time, and I'll tell you in no uncertain terms exactly how it is I'm coming. I don't want to play the... Aren't you embarrassed? I mean, I screenshotted that shit all night, and I don't even know where to upload it, or even if I should, because it's just too comical, and it actually came out for once. It was like 17 hours. I'm like, what's up with this? I can't believe I'm getting... Just the one time I showed people, they couldn't believe it. I'm like, no, you don't even understand, dude. This is every day. That was 5 years ago. I'm going to beat you to death with a 2x4, Maya, or whoever's responsible. That's the only people that have been here that are left, and they keep repeating these same old fucking stories from the couple months I dated her. It's like, I'm not with you. I don't date you. I don't even know you. Stop asking me for things. Stop looking up the names I give you. If I give you a name, it's just a name. They're just people. There's millions of them. Or the name is established enough and they're protected enough. You can't hurt me or any of my people. You can't. You've tried to hurt me many times and you can't do it. You just don't have the juice. Don't worry about what I am. Oh, I wasn't this, I wasn't that, until you found out I was. Right about the time maybe I've always known, but it's none of your fucking business. That's private, sacred family shit, and you molest it like that? I'm not this, I'm not that. Well, you know, there's irony there, because when I had those nicknames, I had no fucking idea. I told you the cruel beginnings of those nicknames, like King and Prince and shit like that. But my musician friends made it good, and now it's just another old nickname. It's just, or it's like I told you 1,000 fucking times. When you're a man in your house, you're the king. I don't come into your house and tell you you're not the fucking king of your house, do I? I'm the boss. You ain't the fucking boss, bitch. I don't care if you're the boss of the goddamn world. When I'm in my cave, in my monkey cage, doing my monkey shit, you are certainly not the boss. Come on inside and put your hands all over me. Then we'll see who the boss is. And what? Do you think I've got some... I'm shy and I want to kill. What do you think's left for me? I don't want to hear your fucking advice, man. Don't call me Peter Pan. I quoted the lyrics the other day from Billy Joel, which are Peter Pan advice. Do you know what that means? I don't even think you know what it means. Oh, Michael Jackson. I mean, that's the retardation level we're working with. We're like, yes, okay, whatever. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. Some of the shit you say comes from such a retarded place. And now all these songs you forced down my throat like 3 fucking years ago are still there. And it's like, I can't. Are you serious? You really want me to listen to this bullshit? Whatever. If I gave you a nickname or gave you song titles, and if I gave you lyrics, good, take them and run and use them for what you will. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be reminded of crap that I said that was once cool and now is shit. No, I don't like you. I don't like abusive people. I'm not interested in you at all. I don't know this Kate either. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I don't know what you do. What, are you in Troy now or something? I used to live down the street from her and shit. That's not your friend, Maya. That's your old MO. You go and you friend everybody I've ever fucking known. They get sick of you and drop you off the face of the planet. She's now trying to make friends with people I lived with in Troy because she thinks it's gonna matter. It's like, no, dude. No one wants to be your fucking friend. Everybody sees how you're coming. It's like, why are all your ex-friends all Thanatos friends? Kids I grew up with playing in bands down here, you know, unnamed bands in Ron's garage with Lance. All of a sudden she's friends with other little nephews and kids, and it's like, what? And then talk shit about them later. And it's just like, see, this is why I can't have this kind of embarrassment. Nobody likes you, bitch. Nobody. Why don't you leave? Which Kate are you talking about? Whichever Kate I know, leave them the fuck alone. I'm sure both of them would, or all three of them would throw a beating on your ass. You ain't anybody. You're obnoxious. Oh, he mentioned this, he mentioned that. Oh, I gotta be friends. It's like, you need to make your own friends on your own terms. You're not going to get closer to me. What the fuck are you trying to secure in my life? So, I don't understand. Whatever you did, this is how you guard it? It can't be by what? Making friends with everyone I know and bothering people? You're an embarrassment. Your own mother said you're autistic and fucking weird, and yeah, you are. You need to stay out of a grown men's business. I'll get in your father's business and start bullying my way around with that. Imagine that, me picking you up, driving you around. Imagine me, all these people I've talked to are assholes, straight up. Numero uno, first class. None better. I don't want to hang out with you. If you're a dude, you're a fucking dick. If you're a bitch, you ain't my kind of bitch. I ain't heard. And what? Get in an industry with you? I told you to get a job, and I also said that only suckers fucking work. What do you think, you're a working man because you own a club or something, or you can whore out big fucking deal? That was impressive to me when I was like maybe 16 or 17. That's what I should have been doing when I was 16 or 17 had I have known. But now we're on to bigger fish to fry. What are you gonna contact a contract fucking hitman and be like, you're not gonna hurt me, are you? It's like, you won't fucking see it coming, bitch. You think I'm gonna be on YouTube? I might, just to pull it off even better, and it'll be like, no, we seen him on YouTube, and I'll rerun. I'll make live shows, but have the feed be an old recording, so it looks like I was live, and I'll be there at the scene, fucking you up with a fucking baseball bat. And like I said, I probably won't kill you because, although I want to kill whoever's responsible for this. Yeah, so if it's you, I promise that. Play with fire, kaboom, plastic explosive, look out, oh, dyke parts all over. Whoever gets the blame gets it. I don't even care who dies at this point, just as long as a lot of motherfuckers die, and we can clean house while we're doing it. And the first couple of runs I'll be going with some people, and I'll probably get familiar with the knife. This is shit the FBI would tell you. Don't get crazy and think that this is some elusive. This is just, you could read this in a goddamn book because this shit ain't coming off the top, man. It all comes from, but that's how it'll go. And I will go to the very top of the head of the class, because I want to go where the big money goes and where the spiritual fulfillment is. I just got done telling you last night what I thought of music now, and all you care about is your fucking disgusting hole, that disgusting dyke hole that you just wish. Bitch, when I catch up with you, nobody's your fucking friend. Stop telling me a story before I got ripped off for $40. Shut the fuck up. You made 1,000 memes about it. Who gives a shit? $40, big deal. I would have given it to her. I've done it before. But you turn it into some kind of sex thing, and it's like, it wasn't like that. I said, here, if you can get a bag, you're coming back, bring me one. No, just jet it with my dough. That's what happens. You get beat on some, you don't. But it didn't happen again. Mind your fucking business, bitch. Everybody's business that they say in private is not your fucking business to make memes about and lie. And then the people that did it are like thinking, I'm sure Kate or whoever it was that did that was thinking, yeah, I just straight up ripped them off. It wasn't like that. So when you lie, you need to be fucking careful. She sent me things saying, you don't own Katie. I'm like, which Katie? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I never said I did. Those were my old peeps. That's what happens when you sit around with honest people that you live in a neighborhood with. You kick it, you shoot the shit, we do whatever. Bitch, everybody knows what you're doing. Why is all the maneuvering around me? I'm not your ticket to stardom or whatever it is you're trying to do. Or if you did something, well then you need to deal with that, not me. Don't you think that there's bigger things at work here? You want to spy for the answer when I don't even have the answer? Chances are everything I know is still a lie, and it will always be shrouded like that, but there's no need to worry, because I don't think I'd ever slip up and give you the fucking answer or anything near the idea if I had it. I'm bouncing and you know what's coming up, but you want to sit there and play with your dyke holes. It's like, no, I'm going back wherever it is I can be. I'm going to try it again up there because I miss my family and I like them. They feed me, they do my clothes sometimes, they say nice things to me. Hey, I was just coming out of the house, how you doing? Oh, I might get in an ordinary conversation with you. Jeez, I haven't had an ordinary nice conversation in a long fucking time. And you want to blame everybody. You want to blame this guy's this guy's that. How the fuck would you know what this guy is or that guy is? What, your mother runs her big mouth on a day when I was arguing with my stepfather's son? Yeah, we argued a lot. I wanted to understand him. That's not your business. That's what men do. And now we understand each other. don't think I always understand, but I understand a little bit better. But do you think I'd ever team up with you and serve you the way you talk to me like that? You're not a father figure or an uncle or a friend in any. I would never kowtow to you. I would just rest assuredly beat your ass. You want to act like you're doing something after taking the fun, after taking the soul out of. Pay me. I'm on a porn site looking at porn videos. Why do I need to pay you? I'm not paying you over my dead body. That's what you taught me. You taught me a lot of shit. You really think I'd be caught dead with you bitches talking like that? Or your boyfriends talking like that? I'd blow your fucking brains out. You're asking me to what? Completely swallow my own dick and join you? And yes, let me lick your arse. While trying desperately not to beat this bitch to death or one of your bitches? Those bitches are, I told you before, they're busted, bent, broken, fucking, redundo, retardo. I don't date hookers and dancers. They make me kind of sick, actually. They always did. And you should do your homework about people before you. I'm not like the next motherfucker. I don't like that phony shit. When I think about those bitches, I think about them blowing me and me raining blows down on top of their fucking head. Why can't you be a normal bitch? Why can't you just be a regular fucking whore? Why can't you fucking act? Why can't you be fucking for real and not plasticine? I can see right fucking through you. These bitches are you got them tricked out like the little shitbags that they are in their fucking head. That's their problem. You'll never see me fucking throwing my money away on bullshit drugs and bullshit women and bullshit music and bullshit club atmosphere and schlepping around some piece of shit hoe bag that doesn't respect me as a fucking individual. I just assume twist her head off like the fucking Exorcist. Man, this is what happens to people when they get abused like this. You know what I mean? It is a type of abuse. The redundancy, it's Chinese water torture. That's what it is. You calling me Chinese? Okay then, Myanmar. Do you know where that is? She's now drawing characters as this dude, and it's like, we've been doing that. You did that with the last people that were here. Why does this bitch need to... Everyone I know. I'm with the girls next door. I'm across the street. I don't care, bitch. Then come knock on the door. What you gonna do? Send a text to my mama? Hey, I'm next door. Don't bother my fucking family. I don't bother you. I don't follow you on any... I don't follow anyone. My mother was telling me, well, get on Messenger and tell her to stop or to talk to her. I'm like, I don't have no Messenger. This shit don't work. Who am I gonna message? No one's responded in like fucking... And plus, I just don't give a fuck. Do you really think I expect her to answer and I'm gonna what? Be nice and pry and answer at her and she's gonna come clean and not be a piece of shit scumbag? What is this? If you're gonna pull off crimes and shit, get a fucking real criminal in here. You're gonna call my mom? She knows how fucking crazy I am, and she knows how empty and retarded you are. So she's not worried about me, and I know the limits of what I can do and what I can't do. Trying to say you're gonna do this and do that. Well, I dare you to call the FBI. I dare you to pick up a phone, bitch. I dare you. I double dog fucking dare you, you tall skeleton fucking dyke loser. You don't need to worry about what my name is and all this shit and what I am. You want to secure, and you got plans to have this baby and you're going to take over this. It's like, what? Save that shit for a fucking romance novel or something. What's going to happen is I'm going to get you one day when you're not looking and just walk up simply, pop, pop, pop. Right in the back of the head or right up under here, and that's going to be a good night, Gracie. Problem solved. Do you think anyone's going to care if a dead skull is off the streets? You talking about police? They'll fucking deputize me the way I want to clean up the town. I told you from the start I was Ghostbusters. Or I felt like one, or I didn't know who. But either way, I was in their company. You're just an annoyance for all the fucking organizations that you brought like a fucking moron, and all the other ones that be blaming everything on the police, too. They're local police. They don't have... And even if they could, who gives a shit? They're just fucking working class people. Oh, the police, what are you gonna do, freak out? What am I, on the street holding a big fucking sack of rock? I don't care about the police. Why would I? The police aren't gonna bust in here and bust up the whole house unless they have to. And why would they? Nobody gives a fuck. As long as you keep quiet or make your shit good, like I do. I entertain policemen and firefighters. I have done so my whole life. I'm not afraid of them. I come from a family of police officers too. I don't fear a policeman. Why would I? Unless I'm doing some legitimately retarded crimes in front of his face and making him do his job and making it hard. I don't care. Don't talk to police, Tom. I talk to, like I said, that means don't talk to my family. A lot of them are, but they're not like that. And it's just a fucking job. Not the greatest job in the world, but I mean, and you gotta, like I said to you before 1,000 times, bitch, and this is also common knowledge, don't get carried. You always think I'm giving you some kind of fucking arcane knowledge, but a lot of police officers, they do that for a side job. I wonder what their real jobs are. Sometimes everybody works together. You seem to serve no purpose. This anarchy fucking swinging. Let's talk about Thanatos' dead past of people he doesn't care about and miss all the important shit. Oh, okay, yeah, no Ted, no. We're still talking about George Harrison, which is supposed to be Alex, and then you named yourself Alex. It's like, I don't care what you call yourself, man. First get it right. Theo and Tim were in my band. I had a friend's retard. Why do you want to, I mean, why? Nobody knows me like that. You obviously know that. You're just trying to make sure you don't make any new friends. I don't need to make new friends. I already have friends in my family. And I'll be very close to them. And I'll be bothering them all the time. That's the real loneliness. Not for you, not for your bullshit. I hate your guts like a fucking cancer. Really, I pray for a great famine to cleanse my this bloody fucking battlefield of my life that you've created. For what purpose? Because you did something that's really not a big deal and nobody gives a fuck about. You changed a name that wasn't somebody's name anyway. Figure it out, bitch. I had to figure it out. That guy's dead, and I mean it. He's dead off the books. They're not gonna come looking for me. I'm dead. Get it? Get a passport. I don't even gonna get no fucking passport. If you do that shit to me, I'll be dead. And that's what I did. And that's what the police would tell you. Oh yeah. Sometimes the police are your friends, buddy. I mean, they one hand washes the other. It's not about you and your petty street crime. You deserve to be caught then if you're running a rigmarole that's that bad and out in public. You're obviously a menace to society. I'm a menace to people. I'm a menace to people like you, individually, personally. A fucking menace, or I aim to be. I don't want to talk to you about anything. You simply do not covet the things I wish to know. Dyke's LGBT and cross-dressing is not gonna fulfill this massive gaping fucking hole inside me. And stop calling everybody fat, bitch. It's like all are fat, and we're all fat, man. We're all 40. You know what I mean? Why do we got little kids here telling us? I'm probably the slimmest one out of everybody left. Just stop playing the game. And some of you are bald and fat and, No, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Yeah, chances are I'm definitely better looking than you. And if you don't want something, bitch, don't pretend that I do. You're supposed to come to me. You don't come to me with this bullshit. Look at me fuck this guy. Look at me do this. Use a stick. It's like, I'm not trying to use my dick with you. I'd never fuck you with that mouth and that attitude and the way you run your shit. It's disgusting. It's like, bitch, it's been like 5 years of that. I still got my old hard drives when I look at the screen, the screen recordings. You're doing the same shit. It's never changed. Have I ever gotten jealous? What do you want me to do? Wish I was a BBC and turn into one? I can't. I'm a white man. I don't give a fuck what you want. And then you blame it on Amy because she's got a black kid or something. It's like, so fucking what? The way you're using it in context is, you can't have me, aren't you jealous? It's like, Amy Star ain't like that. She gets her fucks in private. She don't need me to see it. I made a joke about Jess, but those are the things I would say to her face, just like Albert would. We love Jess. You wouldn't blame her and say these things about her. She's got a husband, asshole. You need to be fucking careful. You can't go around and you want to, you just got to watch. You roped, and nobody appreciates how you roped them into this campaign too, because you lied to them about what this was supposed to be, and everybody feels bad except for you. And I don't even want these people to feel bad. At least Jess's memes were fucking funny, and she could whip out shit. But you ain't no Jess, and you ruined a nice, a beautiful friendship we had. I could kill you for that. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever. I could go anywhere I want and get with any group of people I want. I could go out to Syracuse. I could go to Boston. I could go anywhere. Why are you making so that one of us has got to disappear? What you gonna do? Call my mom forever? Run this campaign till everybody's sick and tired of you? Ain't nobody sick of me. We're down to talking about nobody but the same individual, Maya and her Russian family and her bullshit, which I'm not impressed with. It would have been a dream to do what you're talking about, but not the way you. No, I can never see us getting along. That's the way it's got to be. That's the way it's got to be. But you don't own my dick. You never will. You don't own the internet. And why don't you play fairly? Like I said, have some samurai ethic. I mean, don't make me go to war with you if you're not prepared to die with some dignity. When I come down on you and I bring that sword down, don't show fear. Don't show fear. Put your fucking hands together like Ben Kenobi and take this fucking blade down the center. Otherwise, we don't come out of the caves to go to war. That's the thing you need to understand who you're fucking with. You don't play with people like that, because someone above me is going to get sick and fucking tired of it and drop the proverbial hammer and say, well, Thanatos has taken a serious amount of fucking knockouts, drag-downs, beat-outs. Yeah, and came back by the grace of God. I cannot. Yeah. What can we do to make this noise stop? It takes a long time, but bitch, you just keep yapping and shit will happen like that. Nobody's interested in you and what you do, and you don't have any hold on me no matter what you think. I don't fear people that don't know how to kill properly either. I pity you. I pity you. Don't tell me how you had to watch me die. That's your fantasy, and if you did, I don't give a fuck. I'd like to see it myself, but I remember it clearly. Tell me what it was like then. I mentioned names and things like that from the time that happened to me. Last names or whatever. And I forgot the context, but it wasn't bad. But you turned it into every time everybody's that guy now. It's like, no, you know what? It's not like that. You seem to think that things bother me by showing me repetitive images of huge cocks and chicks that are supposed to be summer all night. SUMMR, SOMMR, something. I don't care about the bitch. I don't care what name you put on her. It's obnoxious. I don't care. She's a whore. We know. I just need to know, is it a man or woman? That way I can determine what you want. Am I supposed to get jealous? Or what? Grow a huge, massive cock that nobody's got? Some freakish cock? It's just bullshit, man. Nobody's interested but yourself. I certainly don't want to. What the fuck would make you think I want to sit around and jerk off all night for 17 hours, argue with you on a porn site over LGBT dyke shit? You and your dykey friend. I don't know you. Are you sure you're gay like that? Because what is it you're trying to show me? Yeah, 2 chicks, that's great. I just don't dig the film. You've always got 2 skinny bitches that are highly forgettable, that look like a underdeveloped 13-year-olds with long straight hair and forgettable faces and ridiculous angles and ridiculous actors that don't even look like everyday people. It's forgettable with a soft film with a soft filter over the film, and it's just like, this is everything I hate about film. This is everything I hated about film. I'm talking about film in general. I hate it. Hey, let's go to the movies. I ain't going to the fucking movies. I'm gonna go watch fucking Italian war movies. Yeah, where you learn how to, where the Black Panthers learned how to fucking communicate by watching old Italian movies. That's the kind of shit I'm gonna go watch. You know, when I can get shit like that, I'm gonna watch propaganda films, films of extermination, war atrocities. I'm gonna watch bad quality, and you know what I mean. That's what I'm used to. I ain't like you. I don't like that super polished bullshit that I can't. No matter how hard I squint, I struggle to see everything, and it's just like when you're looking at a piece of art like that and nothing stands out. It's like, this is like look at my masterpiece standing next to Salvatore Dali with your watercolor, and it's like, get some horse in here, I'm a man, bitch. I told you before. How the fuck are you gonna explain to me over a 10-year period about foot jobs if I can't get a foot to fuck? Yes, I understand that you oil the foot up and you do all that. I've watched them 1,000 times. I don't know how that feels. It seems kind of awkward. I'm not a foot guy. Fuck you. I'm gonna be a foot model. Great, that's great. Well, why don't you do that, bitch? Don't tell me about it. I'm not the foot fucker. You get mad because I'm not into it? Well, hey! For all the rules you have, no hard-ons, no looking away. Watch me fuck all these people that are supposed to be people you know to brew up tensions and make. Why would you do that? Like, I give a fuck. I'd be like, high five, bro. There you go. Sell your girlfriend. Dude, I haven't seen that for 10 years. I understand the channels like that, but with the titles, though, sometimes they even retitle them and make it look like it wasn't retitled. It's like, I'm just so sick of seeing that. If I had one of those bitches to sell, I told you 1 billion times 10 years ago, you can have her, don't bring her back, though. That's the only stipulation of the rule. If you bring her back, you're going to owe me big money. No takers so far. You think that would be enough? Sign it right over to you. Yeah, my gift, man. Just don't bring it back, that's all. Sell? No. Can't be word much, dude. I have no interest. Why would I? These bitches pulled some shit and scrambled halfway across the country and are running around like idiots. It's like, I don't talk to you. I don't care what you do. Send my mom a message if you got something to say. Don't bother me. Give a fuck about you. It's not about appeasing you. There's higher things at work here. I don't even know what's at the very top. Do you? I mean, I have an idea, but in the meantime, I think I know how to conduct myself. And this is what you hate, the fact that I could just do it off the cuff, and I give you, from all your bullshit, I give you give me a bunch of tin, and I turn, like great alchemy, like fucking Merlin, half demon, half human, I turn it into fucking works of sacrilege, works of Satanism, really. But too beautiful to look away. What else can you do? Whatever you did, like I said, I've thought about a million ways to Sunday. It don't fucking matter. You made a bad mistake, whatever it is, because this is not how it's done. Everybody knows you're phony, and now it's come to an end. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, I miss my family. Do I miss this guy? This guy? What the fuck? We did this with your music. You didn't do anything with my music. I'm here right now, and I'll play if I fucking feel like it. You got copies of some shit and said it was yours. I don't care what you do. That sounds like another delusional fantasy. You can say what it is you do, but the truth is you have no power over nothing, because after 10 years, I think I understand that. And yet, if you're so close, but yet so far away, well, you haven't pierced the veil yet, or broken on through to the other side. You've called my mother, but then proceeded wanting to talk shit the second I said, well, he knows what you're talking about. Nobody said they were gonna rape you. And if you want to, okay, Tippergore, if you want to put my fucking shit on trial like that, I welcome you to it. I'd love to defend everything I said, because I can, and I'll do it like I was a Wall Street fucking lawyer. You'll rue the day you fucked with me. I'll have to give you a tutorial on how it's done. I'll get fined for obscenity, and then I'll have a benefit concert and go to Rolling Stone magazine and get the fuck out of it like Abby Hoffman. Yeah. Trust me, you ain't got the brains. It just counts your lucky stars that I'm so incredibly lazy, and I rely on you just getting right or getting your senses together, but that'll never be. You get some kind of kick out of it, but you have no friends to celebrate it with. And you literally will sit there all night. They'll give it's like you've got like too many people fighting over the computer to fuck with me, and it's just like nobody can think of anything throughout the day. The little chick did. She had a lot of good shit, but I couldn't enjoy it because it's just all this childlike.
That shows you.
It's just good shit. It's like, bitch, what the fuck is? You learned everything the wrong way. Don't you think you're when your crime is failing? Here's an indicator. When you start fucking panicking and blaming everybody for your big mouth. I would never pull off a crime with you. You can't shut the fuck up for 1 second. Literally. It's, okay, chill, Dad. I said, okay, you can't go 10 seconds. And right around 10, 15 seconds later, there you were again, popping off with the mouth. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, really. You're incapable of being chill.
It's refreshing.
You act like you literally own my dick or something. I could just go in that bathroom right now and just fucking stroke the fuck out. It doesn't involve you. I just don't give a fuck. I'm hoping and praying that you'll say something accidentally somewhat legible. Forget genius or forget profound or deep. Nope, that's just always your same thing to report. Well, you know, I can't love all the retards here, and now we've got none left, so you're gonna be quiet then, right? No, I suppose I'll talk about other shit, go back to music, who knows? But it won't involve you. When it involves you, that's when you open your mouth. It's a call and response thing, and you're forever calling me, but having nothing to say. So I think it's the right of anybody, even a prisoner, you know, to give his name, rank, and serial repeatedly if need be, and hopefully when he gets back to the States, you could tell everybody how retarded you were. And how you've mastered the art of Chinese water torture, but it's not worth it, damn. Now you've got a hair trigger temper and you're ready to smoke a motherfucker at the drop of a dime. You're not gonna do this to me, are you? I don't know, but you just need to learn to disappear and stay the fuck out of my life, and then you'll never have to worry. But now, I don't know. I'm waiting. And it gets to the point where I don't even care. I'll put it this way. I promise you this: if I don't find out it was you, you're still gonna get probably beat really bad. I'm gonna hire some people to beat the shit out of you. I don't want to do it. If I have to, I'll do it. But if I find out it was you, in fact, I can almost promise you that I probably will kill you. After 10 years of repeatedly saying, "Don't do this, don't do that," I can't imagine anybody in this world that I would ever piss off to that degree. All the people you hire to fuck with me eventually quit because you're such a cunt. And you really don't have the power that you profess to. Your fucking forte is in the line of other dubious lines of work. I'm in a more dangerous one. Okay, I'm not afraid. That pussy's useless when I'm coming at you with a fucking knife. I really, you know what I'm saying? We could go on forever about how useless you are, in fact. But you know that kindness goes well, you'll never understand that. You'll never be civil. I mean, you're just the worst criminal I've ever seen in my fucking life. You start to panic. I've never seen anything like it. And blaming every motherfucker alive without regard of who they are, without doing the homework of who they are, how I met them, who they may know, what their initial MO is. These are the people that sided with you initially, or pretended to. So now you're just, I've been watching you throw every motherfucker in the world under the bus. So whoever's responsible threw every motherfucker in the world underneath, and Dwayne must know, and Billy must know because they're too quiet, and Jamie knows because he's too quiet. So let's guess. But here's the bottom line, and this is just how it always ends. It doesn't, at the end of the day, it don't amount to shit. Not for me. I think that you feel bad, and you should... I can tell some of you do, but you should really shut up that fucking, whichever one's abusive like that. Well, if I know it's Billy, I'll beat him down within inches of his life. I'm not fucking afraid. He doesn't need a gun. I don't need one either, Billy. Like I said, I'll come up with you a lead pipe or a fucking, as you're walking out of a club some night or walking into your fucking wherever you are, fixing your motorcycle, they'll find you there. Oh, it looks like he hit his head. Oh, wow, he must have been on the ground for 3 days before he died. Shit like that. I take it real seriously by now. You should have gotten an indicator when I said I pissed in your dead father's casket. That should have given you a little tip that it's not good and it should... Yeah. Here's the point, though, is when I tell you I don't care about you motherfuckers, I couldn't be more honest. Why would I? Those are your friends. That's your family gig. Now you're torn. You're starting to have tears in your allegiance with one another. Well, that's okay because I know who I like and I know who I don't. I know who I'd forgive and I know who I wouldn't. Depends. And that's the thing, you can't even go to these sites. They always want you to screw this guy's wife or screw this guy's girlfriend. And it's like, you got to stop with these titles. And everything is like that. And it's like, yeah, but someone's bound to get pissed off about this. It was gearing up like that for a long time, and it's like, this can't be right. And it's like, okay, if you're all swingers or whatever, but that must be a small group, and if whatever. But you guys literally believe that you're these people, and I'm like, well, let me see some of your shit. I'm tired of hearing about mine. Because you don't have any. Because you simply don't have the guts to do it. Woohoo, you're a fucking dancer. You think you are. Wow, nice fucking job. That must be rough. I don't know you and your fucking friends. When you get teamed up with these gay friends, make sure, it seems like your friends are actually always nicer than you, your little gay friends. Why don't you tell them to talk to me first? I don't know them, and I'd much rather talk to them. But you won't have it because your little dyke ego goes out of control. You're probably the dominant one because you're 10 foot tall. But yeah, the Descendants suck, and anybody who listens to them sucks. That's how I feel at this point. If I see you with a Descendants t-shirt, I'll probably beat you on sight. So I'd say we could fuck all that off. And it's getting pretty slim, I'd rather not deal with Summer entirely, like I've said 1,000 fucking times. Entirely. It seems impossible. I'd rather not deal with Tall Dyke entirely. I'd rather not deal with Billy Beer. And just slim the fucking group down to the real peeps and the real brains. We don't need this other bullshit. And there's other people talking there too, it seems like too. I don't even know if that's a ploy, but it's hard to tell what to believe. But who gives a shit? Stop talking and let me do my thing, which is never about you. When there's gay dudes following me, I realize that it doesn't bother me because they're never that grabby and never that fucking ridiculous. But whoever this gay bitches are pretending to is just like, bitch, I'm having a hard time believing you're actually gay, because it's like, or you might be a sick fuck that was abused and you want to take it out on someone like me or something, but you don't know me. You don't know the first thing about me. When I'm with women, I like them to be kind to me, and I'll be kind to them. Women don't like nice guys. Well, I can be a nice guy, and I could be the most rotten son of a bitch you've ever fucking met in your life, and I think you know that. What I did to your mother, do you think that's a nice guy? She likes that? Is that what you're telling me? Well, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to have to put my hands on women to fucking, that's wrong. I don't think it was wrong in her case. But it's wrong nonetheless, and it's not a habit you should ever get. I don't even want to slap you. If I should have to do that, then I'm getting the fuck away from you. If you can't shut the fuck up, you see how volatile it is? I will never go near you bitches. I don't owe you a fucking thing. What's up with your mother that she can't take control of her? You just throw me to your tall dykey daughter? I wanted the little one. And then you get the tall dyke there pretending to be the little one, and it's like, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants you. Everything. I'm so sad. That's all I've seen for 12 hours. The skinny crackhead, skinny redheads. Yeah. It's like, nobody wants you. Don't you think, like I've said 1,000 times, don't you think a BBC is going to want a full-figured woman, or at least a woman with some titties, or fuck your mother or something? You're not going to be the go-to? If he's got all that cock like some of these guys do, what the fuck do you think he wants to put it in? Yeah, give me the 10-foot tall, skinny fucking rockhead there. The one that looks like a fucking alien with that curly red fucking hair and that autistic haze. I want to fuck her. It's like, that's kind of weird. Do you sound like me sometimes, though? No, dude. Black men want to drive a car with some get up and go. And then you get this asshole there yesterday. You're racist. It's like, shut up. Yeah, my family was racist, we're in the KKK. What the fuck? From one comment that I said to a joke to Summer, it turned into all this, and she's still going on about it. It's like, well, you know what? I'm not here for race relations. You can either see me as I am and determine your own suggestions, but I don't think these bitches have been near a black man in their entire life. Country bumpkins. And I mean, I don't look down on them for it, but they always look down on me for it. And she says to me, do you know your friends call you nigger? I'm like, well, it depends on how you use it, but yeah, they always call me that. Always. And I liked it. And they'd say it derogatory, and I'd still like it. That's what I identified with it. How you gonna tell me Well, my friends say and act like they're saying it like I don't know about it. They don't talk behind my back. Alex said you were a really unique guitar player, snake-like and very. I'm like, and then I correct her. I'm like, he likes me because I'm weird too. And then they started saying that, and it's like that's not. You're not bringing me down by saying that. That's what I want to hear. I want to be a weird guitar player. I want to be standoutish and snake-like and weird shit. Well, Alex, I grew up with him. I don't care if you blew out. You don't know him like I do. You don't know them. Does the term blacklisted mean anything to you? I just got a clean bill of health. Ew, if you should have to tell me that, then I'm already dubious and wondering about... That's not a good selling thing. It's like, clearly, it should be, clearly. If I come out of your club with a fucking raging drip, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't care what you do. That shit's pathetic. It's for pathetic people. I belong in some kind of situation where I'm doing something that uplifts my soul. And there's serenity in death. I keep telling you that. I just want to contribute to the destruction factor. Or get minds for minds. I don't want to play no music anymore. I can't have a band anymore, so I want a new band. A little band of brothers or something that goes around and fucks shit up and makes a lot of money, never has to work, and never extols the benefits of working. Don't tell me you like working. When you don't work. When your whole life is about idling, sitting in prison, and spending taxpayer money, and sucking shitty drugs. There's a whole library catalog of thousands of drugs to pick. I'm addicted to fentanyl, and I like to tell people about it. But you keep that shit to yourself. That's not gonna win you friends and influence people. Well, good, man. That shit was killing everybody for a minute. Why the fuck are you still here? I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world. I'm addicted to fentanyl. That's not anything. That's not a social drug. You sit around with your homeboys. We just did some fentanyl. Now we're gonna go make a record or something, or go rob the gas station. It's like you got problems. Shouldn't have to be that way. That's the kind of thing people accidentally get addicted to. Yeah, you're a drugged out fucking panicky loser that has too much computer access. Yay. And wants to run around and fuck with people's social security and shit or whatever it is you claim you do. Who cares? Who cares? Let it be. Fall mountain, just don't fall on me. Go right on, tall dyke. You can't dress like me. Or whoever claims to be that. That's you now. What, I mean, it's like weird. It's like you obviously know I don't talk to Jess or Amy anymore because I can't. But I'm gonna what? Hate on Amy? What are you looking at? Were you barraging me with all these BBC boys? No, I think she's got a fucking boyfriend too. I don't know what her deal is. I lost communication factor. But if she was, I would certainly understand a hell of a lot quicker than I would for you, because it's the same old. And it's scary that you don't ever remember this. I mean, when it gets down to the wire like that, that's all you can remember from the story was little or whatever it was she said. And I wish I remembered her story, but you turn the most mundane shit into big elaborate lies. Just like Jim said about her old boyfriend Jim. She's pathological. He told me, he looked me in the eye, she's a pathological liar. I'm like, I already knew that, but I was surprised that he had picked that term, because it seemed like he understood the bigger connotations of what she was. And that's why motherfuckers go crazy when they're with her, like he was, and puts me in a lot of, yeah, let me accidentally screw the Marines, guys, girl. Don't tell me, bitch, or nothing like that. We'll just wait till he shows up at the fucking house and I'll handle it, right? Because I just got back from... Well, luckily it didn't go down like that. I could be dead. I mean, the guy... Who knows, man? He probably bought her a ring and shit the way he was talking, and I definitely believed him, because it's just like, what would make a Marine... Yeah. Because she just don't give a fuck, and she does it to everybody. Was that anything I missed? Hell no. Wow, that was a great way to... Wow, I got laid, but now it's been 10 years in solitude, and I have to fight the world because of her. Why? I don't like you. I don't even know you like that. Are you telling me that... And if I say targeted individual, they'll talk about it all night like they know something about it. They're like, what about the Love Shack? I'm like, I'm talking about the tin roof, bitch. Oh, the tin fucking hat? No, the tin roof, bitch. Why the fuck am I gonna wear a hat when I can have a tin roof? It's just common basic science. Fucking head trauma, retards. Yeah, and furthermore, I don't give a fuck. I don't think that's on the schedule anymore. I think all people like me have to get that anyway, to be honest with you. Is that gonna happen to us? I would definitely suspect so. What, do you think I control that too? Like I said, I don't know, crystal ball, bitch. You act like I'm the toppermost of the poppermost. If somebody says, there are people that when they tell me to jump, I say fucking how high, and you ain't fucking one of them. I wouldn't let you near that. I wouldn't let you see my demeanor. That's not for you to know. Pining endlessly, fishing for people that you could pretend to fuck. Is that really the whole intent? Is my dick and Maya and Summer fucking all these people that I don't remember or care about? And it's like, why would I care? And then I'll beg them even. I'll be like, well, tell me what I'm supposed to feel at least, and I'll trick them into being bad artists or something, or let them slide for being bad artists, and they won't give you any indication of how you're supposed to feel. Am I supposed to enjoy this? Am I supposed to feel jealous? Am I supposed to wish I was him? Am I supposed to want to suck his dick? Or do I look at you and really believe that's you and feel like I give a fuck? What's it matter? Why can't I be a big white dick guy? Why is it always you and the... Which is bullshit. That's what all three of you do to point fingers at one another as if I give a fuck. And then call me racist? Don't you think that's overtly racist? I don't think there's a problem with racism in this country anymore. I think you're talking about some antiquated bullshit that you're guilty of. You're the country bumpkin losers. I'm the one who told you repeatedly, I hate all people. I don't care what color you are until you prove yourself otherwise. And who do you think is going to fit in with black people more, me or you? No black man's going to want to hang out with you. What the fuck? Why can't we just get some crack and smoke it? Why are we going to get fentanyl? We got to go across town, make all these special deals to get this weird-ass drug. Nobody want to do that. If you do, you're already fucking on a downward. You better be dealing this shit. You'd see me doing that, but never using it. I'm not fucking stupid. How pathetic can you be? You gonna bring that home and put your dick in there? Seems a little dubious, man. How desperate can you be? No one would even recognize you as a streetwalker. They'd be like, oh, she's way too fucking tall. I'm sick of hearing about how beautiful you are. You're not beautiful to me. And I don't need to tell you that repeatedly. You're hideous by the things you say and what you've done for the past 10 years. That's not beauty. That's why you have nobody loves you. That's why you have no friends. All your friends were the brothers and sisters and cousins of my friends. It's just, that was pathetic enough. But yeah, you need to get your own life. Don't glom onto me and think I'm going to forever feed you an endless font of ways to psychologically fuck with me when you don't even know me. Do you know how it was 11 years ago you're repeating these same old stories that have no meaning, and they've become in the vernacular, and I've changed the meanings for you and it's still never good enough. Nobody cares what you think about his dick, that dick, what your boyfriend thinks. I'm not gay, and I'm not fucking your boyfriend's dick, and I'm not fucking you. You can just about fuck that off. I thought it was obvious. But yeah, instead of writing my motherfucking letters, write me a fucking letter, bitch. I think it's kind of obvious, don't you? Freaking out and blaming everybody, but the thing is, nobody gives a fuck. Damage is done. You want me to come and hang out with you? You need fucking a special place where you can get the fucking help that you fucking need, man. It's this girl, it's that girl. It's like I mentioned the girl Jean and Dina the other day. They're bringing them up, and it's like I haven't seen them in 20 some fucking years. I don't even know if they're alive. Trying to tell me Jean is doing it. I'm like, well, why would she do that? To my face, she's as sweet as like a mother. She must be a really good liar then. But then again, why the fuck would she fucking care? Nobody gives a fuck. I'm sure it's amusing but everybody knows that I'm the funny motherfucker, and I've cleared the fucking board, and I have no use for anybody. I'll just wait for the day I get a phone call and somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't trust anybody, and I'm exactly where you want me to be, and it feels natural to me, except for the fact that we're still talking about it. And then you have the audacity to tell me, shh. It's like, no, you won't shut the fuck up. The silence comes when you do, but then I'm going to continue doing my thing. I'm not going to silence my life anymore. I've given up my art. I've given up everything. My archive of music, you destroyed everything. I can't sit here and pontificate about ordinary shit then, or what I used to. Yes, I can. Try and stop me. You get it right this time. Care if the police, big deal. I know you could. I remember the guy Goody down in Rotterdam. You can go to him. You could go to little hackers that could pull off these phone hacks, and big fucking whoop. It's just, and it's easy to do when people have access to my records and shit, but it doesn't mean you should, and you should have a certain conduct when you do it. You're trying to tell me, and also trying to tell me my niece is doing this to me? I don't remember, because I told you a story how she spit in my face when I was a kid, and it made me sad or something. Yeah, because I told her, but she was just a little kid. But it made me sad, and then so she went on. I don't know. What do you think? She's still like that or something? She's got 3 kids and lives with her husband somewhere. You know, it's my niece. I love her, and she's an adult now. She doesn't disrespect me like that. I think she cares for me too. She's gonna sit there and bastard him. I'd be like, why would you do that? No. Give me a fucking break. You went to school with her, you told me, and that you didn't like her, I overheard or some shit. Well, you know, keep that shit to yourself, because my niece will beat you down bloody. And you know she will. And if she won't, I will, because I don't like how you fuck with my family too, and nobody says nothing. Well, I'm gonna start. You don't want to fuck with my niece. If you fucking fuck with my niece or my nephew, I told you straight up 1,000 times, and I don't even know why I respond to it, because you couldn't. You're not their class. You simply aren't good enough. He's got multiple lovers. Do you really think he needs fucking you? And if he did need one, I think we could get him exactly the one that would suit his. And he doesn't need much of my help anymore. He's got a good job. He don't hang around with fucking losers. That's for sure. Your brother's jealous of you, and it's like, no, he's not. He can have what I can. He can do what I can do. He sat there the last time I seen him and played my songs back to me, and it sounded like me, and it gave me the fucking creeps, and I almost threw up because it was just so fucking creepy. I don't think he's jealous of me. I think he saw what I was, it's a different time, and he could do it too, but he's got better shit to do. Not jealous of me. We don't do jealousy in my family, because we weren't raised like that. That ain't gonna get you shit. You don't be jealous of your siblings. What the fuck is that? You don't know why he broke my guitar. I just figured it out a couple days ago. I knew he had a fucking reason. Yeah, that's why and I couldn't even have him here because it made me so fucking paranoid. I thought they were gonna kill him, or I didn't know then. You thought it was a fucking joke. Well, now that shit's over. Now I owe him a fucking $1,000 computer. Thanks, dickheads. But what's done is done. Give me a break. Trying to tell me you're with Joe and shit. It's just like, get the fuck away from me, really. Magically Joe had to go away. We still haven't figured that out, and I don't really want to know. But don't you think that you want to talk about, well, that's good for you, bitch, because I'd give up just about my right arm to hang out with him now. Especially him, of all people. And Joe says, you don't fucking know him from Adam. I don't care, even if you do, you don't. You don't know him. I don't think he could maybe he could. But you don't know him. And he's got a girlfriend. You need to watch what you say. And he's got an ex-wife. I mean, actually, no, keep talking, bitch. I don't care who does you as long as it makes that voice stop. I'm sick and tired of it. You need to try someone else. Why are you obsessed with me so much? You've got access to my mothership, but yet you don't fuck with that. Well, she handles all my shit to the bitter ends, so what you think you're doing with me? Trying to get the magic answer? We all know it's you. No, we're not rats. We're just hoping you get it together, man, because this is pissing my sisters off, rightly so by now. But nobody wants to tell me. All you can do is pantomime. And, we're not like you. I can't believe what kind of fucking big mouth you have. My own mother and family won't tell me what's going on, but I already know. I have an idea, and they allude to it, and they have to do it by tapping their head or fucking. and all of you learned so far is my dick, my clit, my hole. Really? You didn't learn how to communicate secretly without saying a word? Or communicate without telling the truth, but telling the truth? Because you're fucking idiots. And I don't run around with idiots that can't keep their mouths shut. You better learn a separate language for me that nobody knows. Can you do that? Well, I'm not going to follow you around. You ain't my family. They're the masters of it. What are you going to Jedi mind trick me? Okay, I'm going to follow you into a den of fucking vice and further self-loathing. Fuck you. I'm going to jack cars. I'm going to rob liquor stores if I have to. Whatever it takes to get by. But the way I do shit is just to the letter. And I think that's apparent. And I wonder with people like you if it's ever going to kick in that I can fight your whole fucking group. And you either need to get with this or get with that. Because clearly there is no residual nothing between us. I don't know you. I don't know you. You're just phantoms from the past that have way, way too keen interest in me. Even if it was the cops, who fucking cares? I can't think of a you want to buzz me for talking on the phone or in pot or whatever. They're not gonna do that. It's not like that. They keep their mouth shut. I could see what they're doing, and I know how they communicate, and they actually identify themselves. But I mean, they shouldn't even have to. They do it as a courtesy. What, I'm gonna get wild? You blame talking about the police chief and shooting crazy shit like that? It's like not my business. If it was my business, I would make sure it was. But the way you talk is just that you act like there's no repercussions. Or I just get this shit out of thin air. These are repeated things you keep making me talk about. And you're like, well, it's just gang stacking. No, it's not, because gang stacking gets the job done every time. People buckle and crack and fall under the weight of it and do what they're supposed to do. This here is like what? What is this, a tryouts? Like you said, a simulation? Alright, I think I got the gig down. There's a million more you need to know, don't you? Communicate to me with your eyes. Let's talk about the weather and tell me the history of the world. Like my mother can, or my stepfather can. You better read between every nook and cranny to get it right and follow along. You're clueless when we sit in that car. We could sit out there for 2 hours talking, and all you'll pull away is the mundane details like names of that have been changed to protect the innocent, shit like that, and start indicting everybody. Joe said, it's like, Joe who? I've known, like I said, 10 billion Joes and Franks and Tommies and... It's this person, it's that person. No, not really. Who gives a fuck about you? You've taken the fun out of any fun there could have been in that. That's not what love's about. That's not how you sell something. I'm not a bitch like that. You're not going to break me like that. 800-431-6441. Never exert myself to satisfy a piece of shit individual. You see my family toughening me up and you try to imitate it, but you do it all wrong, and you try to break egos and shit and try to fuck up a good thing. It's in my blood to be the best I could be. I always knew that. Whatever I do it great. You want to tell me how to play guitar, you want to tell me this, you want to tell me that. It's like,
at no extra cost, you could also get coverage.
What do you think of this guy? It's not important what I think. In the first place, I wanted to add last night either. Who the fuck am I? People watch me, strangers watch me play. I can go out and just go anywhere and gather a crowd. I don't care what you think of me. You don't need to know my name. I don't need that attention. That's some empty shit. When you need attention, look at me. It's like, no. That shit's rooted in jealousy and low self-opinion. When I become spiritual or something, I'm gonna be fucking, like I said, I'll be fucking my bitches in my house privately. They will have no affiliation to you. We'll never, no. Well, maybe you should stay single then. No, maybe you should not fucking worry about it, and in time, I'll escape and find or maybe I won't, but that's up to me. And you won't be able to fuck that up neither. Made one comment about how I don't like or how it looks weird with ultra black people and white people in the porns that they were watching, because it doesn't. It looks ridiculous. And then they're on a bed that's black and white. Any black man or white man or director would say, we're having contrast issues here. Just basic lighting shit. It's like, what were you thinking when you cast this? Did somebody call in sick because you got this pale, tiny? It looks unnatural. It looks like a scene that would never happen. They looked like they were uncomfortable in the film. I mean, any asshole with a brain could say that was a terrible film, you know. And I'm Potzilla, like the old grower from California, not Blackzilla. He came much later. That's a wonderful cock, yeah, but I'm Potzilla. You know, if you're ahead, you know that. There's nothing. Not the whole world doesn't have to do with you and your wanton desires for dicks or whatever you think that is. It's not important to me. That's something you place importance on, or your boyfriend does to try to make me angry. Why's that always gotta be black though? Like black women. You realize that black and white? Well, it's like I'm not gonna speak for black people, and no, I don't realize that because that's not for me to say. Who the fuck would I be to tell you about black men? I understand perfectly. I already did that episode too, and I got people fortifying the shit I already said, and I'm like, yeah, I know that. Black men have a lot of problems with black women. Duh. I mean, from the things I've heard, I'd like to talk to you normally about it, but no, duh. I'm the one who pays attention to that shit, never you. Yeah, okay, they're descendants, and and always telling me like I'm some kind of slave master or something. It's really derogatory the way you talk to me, like I'm gonna go round up some black men for you or something. It's like I don't know any white people anymore. If I had black friends, I'd protect them. I'd be like, do not fuck her on your life, man. You gotta promise me on your life. And I don't think I'd have to. Most people with brains that seems a little complicated. You need to tone down that fucking ego. I mean, you ain't even all that. Just because I give you attention and try to placate your shit doesn't mean that you're really that. Don't worry about what I call me old and shit. I'm your father's age. Retard. Yeah, I'm your mother's age, but they're the shit, right? Yeah, right. They're not bald, in fact? Yeah, right.
I am calling the spirit of Running Deer, the Indian guide of the Arapaho tribe.
Running Deer. Running Cow. That was your name, wasn't it? Running Cow?
Answer me now.
Running Cow Ukanuba, that was his first name. And Little Cow. And she said, I'm not calling him Cow, that's stupid. His name's Geisha. I'm like, yeah, but he's a boy. Cowie. Cry for the Indians. Yeah, so that's good that you put that's the way to start the day out, right when you go to bed, when your lazy ass goes to bed, your drunken, lazy, cracked out fentanyl ass goes to bed. I get to pick up the pieces and deal with the rest of your family. It's like, I'm gonna 2x4. Lead pipe. Gaga, gaga, gaga. He didn't do that, Well, somebody had to pay the price. Someone had to pay the price. So let's try to keep it together while the asshole's sleeping, but they'll be up later. Yeah, another day fucking with Donatos. It's like, I ain't gonna be the last one. These little psychos, man. Someone's gonna catch them doing and be like, you cannot go around doing that in civilized society. I mean, people should dole out punishments to the computer fucking people that do this shit and not monitor what they're doing and not monitor how much power they're giving in the hands of idiots. It's like, you should. That's when you should contact a third party to assess what the fuck you're doing and be like, okay, wait a minute, this is way too. It's a miracle he survived all this, but not really because he's 10 times more mightier than each and every one of you. He's fighting the whole group like this still. Remember that? 5 years ago? Man tries to fight entire crowd. Yep, and they're all gone now, just you standing there. So I guess he did. Street fighting man. Like I told you. Face down in the gutter, won't admit defeat. Though his clothes are soiled and black. He's a big, strong man with a child's mind. Don't you take his boobs away. Don't you take his dick away. But you know what? The invisible narcissist, who we haven't identified, is right about now having problems because he's like, he's starting to realize, what did we accomplish by doing that? We just banged it backward a couple more years.
Touch the spirits.
Yeah. Because you gotta have, and then it's lazy. You got a third person repeating back the false details of what's going on. And it's like, hang on a second, I'm looking for it. what I just told you was paramount. Nothing, he's just bitching about. It's like, no. Go back and tell the motherfucker. Let me tell him what I'm saying. Gives a fuck. Don't act like you trust the people in your group when you know they're full of shit. You sleep throughout the night while people have mad anarchy, and then people wake up and it's helter-skelter. Or it used to be, but now nobody just gives a fuck, because it's totally boring.
You promised.
Wow, you're welcome.
Can't continue anymore today. Perhaps tomorrow.